Hey there, people. How's it going tonight? Doing our first episode of Clash After Dark. So, if you got questions, feel free to ask. I'm checking the chat. I'm going to be trying to answer as many as possible. And if you got anything else, feel free to shout it out. So, we're going to go ahead and get started here. And we're going to move on to. There we go. Get the stream up. Alright, so what we got going on tonight? I'm actually gonna introduce myself. I'm Warblade, been in a bunch of different clans. I've moved around, I've been in some family clans like most people, and I've bounced around a few clans, found some war clans, I've been in some family clans. Just bounced around, I've been around, it's all over the place. So, seen quite a bit, met a bunch of really cool people, and I gotta say, the Clash community as a whole is pretty awesome. You know, I mean, obviously you've got your trolls and stuff, but for the most part, the community is awesome. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to be talking about some of the people that make the community so great. I'm going to talk about one of the things that I found after playing Clash for a while. There was I found my way onto the YouTube. YouTubers were cool. I followed Galadon and all that other stuff. I was like, man, this is gimmicky. I wasn't sure I was gonna go with this, and I happened to one of the clans I was in. We were trying to get serious about war. It was a family clan. They only wanted to do 2 wars a week, and I wanted more than that at the time. So, we were looking at stuff and we were trying to figure out how to make it work. And we stumbled across Jake's videos. When we stumbled across Jake's videos, we found Hulk's videos. And, this really opened our eyes. So, we got into the YouTube, and, I've been kind of. That's where I got started into the community. But I've got to talk. What I actually want to talk about tonight is a different community, the podcast community, and there is such a full and rich group of people out there that just make the community so awesome. I mean, they work together, they talk. Hey guys, what's up? Uh, they just, I mean, if you listen to any of the podcasts at all, I mean, there are guys that will make you just laugh and laugh and laugh, and then there's guys that'll give you that information. They'll talk about the serious stuff, um, and they're actually my inspiration for this whole Clash After Dark thing here. So, just want to, I'm gonna briefly touch on them, and you guys can go out there and find these guys and find them and listen to them. I mean, they've got some great stuff to talk about. They've got great content. I mean, they do it week in and week out. I honestly, sometimes I don't even know how these guys come up with content week in and week out. What's up, Rain? How you doing, man? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into gonna follow my show notes here, and we got Gray in here shouting out LexCorp. Okay, so if we're gonna touch on the podcast, we've got to talk about, I'm just gonna give them podcast list here, And the ones that I'm following right now are, um, and this is no particular order, um, the Clash Clans podcast, the Clash Files, Saturday Night Hive, also called SNH podcast, the Clash Cast, which I hear they're recording tonight, being taken over, the Bye Forever show with Rig and Whistle, so as Clashers. Okay, so I definitely, I mean, I'm not saying these are the only guys out there. These are the ones I'm following right now. Um, I I'd be willing to listen to any others if there's anybody out there that wants to, you know, give me their information. I'll definitely check them out. And what we're going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and give you a brief rundown of who they are, what they, try to give you a little bit about each of these podcasters. I mean, like I said, they pump out content, you know, almost, every one of them I think is doing shows weekly. So, um, let's go ahead and all right, Clans podcast. Sorry about that. Clash of Clans podcast, hosted by Scotty827 and Boneyard. Scotty827 is often referred to as the Podfather of Clash. He, from my understanding, and maybe I've got my facts wrong. I tried to look into this as much as possible to make sure I've got all my facts straight. But Scotty has been doing this. He was the founder of all this. He was the guy that said, hey, there's no Clash content out there. Let's do a podcast. I've gotten the chance to talk to Scotty, and Scotty is just a great individual. Talked to him on TeamSpeak. I've talked to him in chat a couple times. Great guy. I've been interacting with him today on Twitter. Scotty is the leader of the House of L. And Boneyard, he is the leader of House of Zod. I have not had the opportunity to talk to Boneyard yet. Seems like a great guy. It sounds like he's a lot of fun. Sounds like he gets out. Listening to his episode where he talks about his vacation was just hilarious. Sounds like they had a blast. If you gotta know, go check out that episode so you can find out about the pickle. Oh, thank you, TBL. I actually had that queued up and I forgot to start it. So, thank you very much for that.
Hey there, everyone. It's Halligan from Kent Farmhouse.
Okay, kill that. Alright, there we go. And I gotta give a shout out. Well, this is Clash After Dark, so we don't do shout outs here. What we do is we buy around for somebody. And I'm buying around for Halligan right now because Halligan is kind enough to let me run his Warhammer videos in the background. And he was gracious enough to let me use his content so I could have something going in the background. So besides hearing me talk, you guys had a little bit of Clash content going on the side. So first round on me, Halligan, and my hat's off to you. Thank you again, man. I'll make sure I buy you another round later. Alright, so back to the Clans podcast. Like I said, Boneyard seems like a really cool guy. If you're on the listen to the podcast, check out the pickle. Listen to what he talks about the pickle. So, as far as I know, and like I said, I've been trying to track down make sure I've got my facts straight. So please feel free to jump in and correct me if I mess this up, because there's people that I'm listening that probably know this stuff a lot better than I do. So, I believe these House of L and House of Zod were the founders of the Kryptonian clan system, which is a huge clan system. I mean, I don't even know how many clans right now there are. Excuse me. So, It's grown, and the reason it's so successful is because they're not focused on any one thing. I mean, you've got clans that war, you've got clans that push, you've got clans that farm. I mean, they just outstanding, outstanding stuff. Um, and wherever you go within that clan system, they make you feel like you're at home. Um, they've never upwards of 12. Okay, great. Thank you for that information. I'm guessing that's you, Nat, huh? Okay. So, like I said, it's just an outstanding system. Wherever you go within the Kryptonian family, they make you feel like you're home. Treat you like you're a real person. They're not gonna kick you in the teeth. They're not gonna stab you in the back. They're not gonna throw you under the bus. Great bunch of people. Yeah, I'm growing up so fast, Natalia. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next one. And speaking of, we've got the lovely Natalia in our chat right now. Um, we've got the Clash Files. It's hosted by Nat, R. Cooper, Katie, Halligan, and Rancid Meat. I hope I spelled that right. um, Natalia is the leader of Kent Farmhouse. Rancid is the leader of Kent Farmhouse 2.0. And JP, he's not on the podcast, but he's the leader of Steal the Glory, which is a very recent addition to the Kent Farmhouse family of clans. You know, these guys, I actually went in there with my mini and was just wanting to check out and see what they were about. And these guys are just amazing. I mean, they've got awesome attackers, they've got pushers, they've got farmers. I mean, if there is anything you need to do, these guys know something about it. I mean, they've got somebody. I mean, we had a guy in there that Gearbanger. Shout out to Gearbanger. He is the guy that got to Titans first for our group. I mean, within the Kryptonian family, I believe. At least that's what I saw in the chats. I don't know whether it was. I didn't see the timing on it, but congrats to Gearbanger on that. So the Clash Files is at www.theclashfiles.com. Right now, these guys are trying to get some traction here, and they're trying to get to Helsinki to do the ClashCon. They have a GoFundMe site. I will try to put some information up on that. If you follow me on Twitter, my information's on the screen there. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll go ahead and make sure I shout that out if you're trying to find that. But these guys are just amazing. Like I said, they make you feel like you're right at home. I mean, when I walked in there with my mini, even though it was just a very low level mini, I was welcomed. They were willing to coach me. So, sorry, I had to take a drink there. But I mean, and the if you listen to the Clash Files, these guys are funny. Last week, when they had the episode and Rancid was out in the middle of nowhere recording with there was crickets going off, and the timing on some of that was just hilarious. It was all of a sudden there was a lull and there's these crickets chirping. Well, Nat has a joke every week, which is always funny, and he left just enough of a pause with the crickets chirping that it sounded like there was dead silence when and it was hilarious. So if you guys don't listen to the Clash Files podcast, check it out. Always some good stuff. Halligan, I don't know if you were here when I gave my shout out earlier. I we don't do shout outs here on Clash After Dark. We buy you around. So, Halligan, buying you around. Thank you for letting me use your content on my stream. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me, pick your brain on this and bounce an idea off you. And so, thank you very much, Halligan. So, okay, back to where we're at. But like I said, please check out my friends here at the Clash Files. We've got a lot of great guys in here, and check out the content. You'll love it, and you'll want to be part of the Kent family. Alrighty. Okay, next one on the list here is Saturday Night Hive, hosted by Tate from One Hive. I believe he's a co-leader in 2.0, One Hive 2.0. One Hive is one of those elite, and I don't mean the Dick Boaz elite clans. These guys are straight up. I mean, I've talked to in chat Jake a couple times. He's been really cool. I've talked to Tate in TeamSpeak a couple times. Well, actually, I talked to his girlfriend and him. That was kind of funny. But these guys, One Hive is a straight up awesome clan. I was in Reddit Lithium when we caught One Hive 2.0 back to back, and these guys just absolutely mopped the floor. Oh, thank you, Halligan. Thanks for the, he's in the main now. Okay. So, yeah, last time I checked, I thought I saw him over in 2.0. So, thank you, Halligan, for setting me straight there. These guys are awesome. I mean, these guys break down bases. I mean, if they're not wiping you out on the first try, the second one's pretty much going to clean you up. These guys, I don't think they left any of our Town Hall 9 standing. I mean, and they were just hitting on all cylinders. And Reddit Lithium was not a, chump clan. They were a legit war clan, or are a legit war clan. And these guys were just, One Hive was just going in and just leveling them. And, I mean, shout out to him. Tate brings a lot. He has guests on. He talks to people from all over. Just last week he had Ashlyn and from Clash with Ash, and our Kent Farmhouse's R. Cooper Katie. Great stuff. Great stuff. Like I said, he talks to everybody. He's a friendly guy. I've talked to him a couple times. Great stuff. Be sure to check them out. The One Hive clan is becoming a system because, I mean, they're a fair play clan, and they've grown to 4 clans. One Hive 2.0, One Hive Genesis, and One Hive Invictus. And they are a force to be reckoned with as far as top war community clans. So, with that being said, be sure to check out the SNH podcast. And they are, like I said, they're outstanding. Okay, we've got the next on the list here is the Clash Cast. It's hosted by Robin Scott, aka Taco Lover and Illness, and they've got various minis that I don't have the whole list in front of me. In fact, I am sitting here right now in my Clasher t-shirt, sporting their shirt from their website, theclashcast.com. Want to show a little support for the podcast community, so I try to, buy a shirt or kick in a little contribution here and there. I can't always do that, but I do what I can to try to help these guys out. Alright, Scott is the lead. Scott/Illness is the leader of LexCorp. Rob is the co-leader in LexCorp. These guys have a growing family of clans that are mainly war focused. Yep, there's the Lexco. LexCorp guys standing up right now, waving the flag. Oh yeah, they're representing. Yeah, these guys. I'm actually in a war right now with LexCorp. They were short a couple players, so I said, hey, what? I'm not in a war right now. I'll swing on over, see how you guys are doing. So I went over and checked them out, and these guys are awesome. Uh, you know, I, Sometimes when you go to a podcast clan, you never know what you're walking into. But these guys, wow, they are they are just knocking it dead over there. I'm not even sure where we're at in war, but I don't even think these guys got a chance. Um, so shout out to the guys at LexCorp. Annie, the rule is Annie Joe is always right. Just remember that, and you'll do fine over there. What's up, Phoenix? How you doing, buddy? Yep, I see Nat stepping in and saying that if ever any issues in the Kent clan, she is right on it. How you doing, Jesse James? Number 11. Annie Joe is always right. That's right, Gray. Thanks for cluing me in on that one. But yes, these guys from the Clashcast, I am 99% of the time I am laughing listening at work. So I'm usually laughing at work, and half the time I get in trouble from my boss just because he walks by and he sees me laughing and he just shakes his head and keeps walking. Come on, man! Everybody loves Fergie. So if I ever get fired from my job, it'll probably be because of the Clash Cast, me laughing and getting myself narking myself out by laughing so hard. Okay, let's see who's next on the list. Okay, we got Rigoletto at the Bye Forever show. Um, it's hosted by Rigoletto and his co-host Whistle This. Rig is the founder of, and now I think because of this podcast, he's stepped aside and let others run his clan for him. So he is the co-leader of Bye Forever. Whistle This is a recent addition to the show. When Mike stepped away from the podcast, there was a contest. Whistle This was really, really good. Uh, he represents the show very well. Uh, I mean, I've been in the Bye Forever chat, and it's pretty funny. Sometimes they've always got something funny going on in there. Hashtag Bye Forever show. Oops, hold on, I gotta back up a second here. If you want to get into a chat that just is nothing but memes and gifs, hop into hashtag fuck you Bindle, and you will be entertained. So, Mike died. Yes, there was a funeral show. Mike did not really die in real life, but Rig held a funeral for him anyway. So, back to the Bye Forever show. Hashtag Bye Forever show, and you'll get in there. Great bunch of guys. Um, I see Buckeye guy in there who special co-hosts from time to time. Rig seems to be a more of an investigative and player profile orientated show. He talks about the things that sometimes people don't want to talk about. It's controversial, and sometimes some people don't agree with it, but you know what? He's telling everybody's story. He's not telling anyone, any which way. He tries to slice it right down the middle. Um, so shout out to Rig. He does a great job, and keep up the good work. I mean, he's just a workhorse. Sometimes he's pumping out 3 shows a week. Just really, he works hard at what he does, and it shows. All right, who have we got next on the list? Oh, sorry, I skipped right over Whistle. Whistle's a member of One Hive 2.0. As I stated before with Saturday Night Hive, One Hive is a pretty elite level fair play war clan. So, not to gloss over that. And I believe last on our list is SOAS Clashers, and that's not disrespecting SOAS at all. It was just somebody had to be last. It's hosted by RJ and Luke. I think they've got JD and Nate also co-hosting on there. RJ is the leader of SOAS, and these guys are fun. They just had a pretty good episode last week. The last couple days, and apparently they had a little controversy in trying to pull a matchup off. So, yeah, definitely check these guys out if you want to know the whole story to that. I don't want to, paraphrase anything, but these guys are a lot of fun. I actually was part of their DE. They had a DE competition a little while back, and these guys are just beasts. They were farming DE. I thought I was doing really good the one day. I put up 120k of DE, and Aaron come in, and I put my 120k on the table, and he plopped his 180k on the table, and I said, "Whoa!" Okay, if you're gonna paraphrase it, Halligan, that Brock's a dick. I don't know Brock. I don't know any of that. I don't know what went on there, but it sounds like that there was something going on there that wasn't supposed to. But yeah, these guys are just absolutely fun to listen to. So it's just, the thing is, there's podcasters out there for whatever your taste. If you want something more serious, there's that. If you want something more fun, there's that. There's the middle ground. It doesn't have to be any one thing. You can listen to them all and get something out of them. These guys always bring good content. They're talking about updates. They're talking about the ClashCon coming up. They're talking about day-to-day life. They're talking about how this went on, or so-and-so went here, or, they're checking out this. And I mean, it's just, there's always something. And, the player profiles, Scotty827, he does his Nerding Out series. Rigoletto does his player profiles. Halligan, our very own Halligan here in the chat, actually does some stuff. He actually talked to the guy from Camcord. Natalia says somebody doesn't get holiday cards. That's funny stuff. So, but the thing is, the podcasters are awesome. Just they've got so much content, and there's never really. I mean, yeah, they're talking about the same stuff, but there's never really the same overlap. All right. It's just, yeah, they're talking about DE farming. Yeah, they're talking about war. Yeah, they're talking about pushing. But it's never the same story. All right. It's this guy following, that guy following, or, this guy doing that and this guy doing that. If you listen to, example, the ClashCast, Rob loves to talk about his Super Queen. You go over to the Clash Files, and they're talking about, how they like to use goblins or something. Ooh, that sounds like that would be very sweet, Halligan, that there would be another interview up with Kara Heroes. Min Pins from Kara Heroes. That will be very awesome. I will be looking forward to that. But the thing is, these guys are putting out this content, and, just go out there, show them some love, give them some likes on iTunes, check them out. I mean, these guys are awesome. And then, if you like what they're saying, check them out on RJ. What do you guys talk about? Well, let's see. Last episode it was how you like to squirrel things away. Be talking about something and squirrel. But no, you guys were talking about how you got screwed on a arranged matchup. So yeah, I mean, and like I said, the Soaz Clashers are some DE farming monsters over there. So yeah, vapors. But take a minute, go check these guys out. If you're not a regular podcast listener, check them out. I mean, that's why I kind of wanted to get into the Twitch, because I think these guys have the podcasting covered very well. And I wanted to bring a reach into the Twitch realm and try something different. So I wanted to get more people exposed to all the great content these guys are bringing to the table. I mean, like I said, these guys, RJ and Luke, you guys do a great job at Soaz Clashers. Outstanding. I'm sorry I didn't have more of a list on the thing. I was a couple hours in at that point, so when I was making up my slides, so. But these guys are just bring content to the table, and I wanted to maybe use my stream to help direct it over to you guys, and you guys actually inspired me to do this. So when am I getting on your cast? Well, last time I was supposed to get on your cast, you guys matched up with L, which was freaking awesome. So I totally understand why I got passed over for your war with L. That was awesome. I was watching the YouTube and the stream, and then listening to you guys talk about it was pretty awesome. So I am willing to have talk to you guys, or have you guys on here if you want to interact with people. Get your listeners on here and have them talk to you, interact with you live. I mean, that's the whole point. I wanted to get people on here and be able to talk to them live and interact with them, because how many of you listening to the podcast have gone and go, hey, what about, or something like that, or wanted to throw your 2 cents into the ring about how the something that's going on the podcast? Oh yeah, that would be great. A crossover would be awesome. I tell you what, I'll shoot you an email after the show, and we can figure out something. I'll have to let you know what my schedule is or whatever, and we'll see how we can do that.
Alright!
But like I said, the whole point of me doing this was so I could interact with the people and, maybe bridge a gap between the Twitch listener, viewer, and the podcasters. So basically I wanted to try to, because I always hear how YouTube gets love and Twitch doesn't, or Twitch gets love and the podcasters don't. Well, maybe this is something that maybe this is something that we can work into that gets you guys the love that you guys definitely deserve. Um, so we gotta figure out. I mean, I can't say this is totally my idea. If you listen to the Clash of Clans podcast, Scotty was doing Twitch and a stream, and his podcast at the same time. So technically, Scotty is the guy that actually was doing this first. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely do some. What I would do is so I can focus on what's going on, I would just record some attacks, Phoenix, and I would run them in a replay like I'm doing right now with Halligan's YouTube. That way I don't have to. That way I'm not, monkeying with BlueStacks and trying to, show replays and, just let it run in the background so we can have this interaction here. Hey, even squirrels got to get a nut every now and then, Halligan. Come on, man. So, whoa, 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 whoa! Nobody's stealing me away. There's plenty of me to go around. If I have to, I can send my mini somewhere. Yeah, Scotty827, man. He's the real deal, man. Hey, Bees, what's up, man? Nope, I'm not quite that talented, Phoenix. I can't multitask quite like that. Nope. Halligan was very kind, very gracious to let me use his YouTube videos to stream in the background while we're talking here. So, once again, another round to Halligan for being so gracious. Yeah, much love for Scotty. Round for Scotty, too. Said my mini back to Kent. My mini was in Kent. I made him deal with that sorry little mini. Oh, come on, Nat. Don't we need a fourth clan? But the whole point of this stream, this whole podcast, or this whatever you want to call it, was, like I said, to show the love to the podcasters. You guys inspired me to try something different and to come out here and talk to people. And uh, sorry, distracted by the chat here. But just to interact with you guys, because I think there could be so much more interaction between the viewers and the listeners. Um, and there's, like I said, there is such a great community out there, people, that I think we could really do something awesome with podcasters, Twitchers, YouTubers. I mean, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to post my replay of this up on YouTube in case somebody didn't make the show. Just so, anybody that couldn't make the show, I know my after dark hours don't fit into everybody's schedule. So, oh wow. Somebody got rid of herpes. Never mind. That was a bad joke. So, like I said, I'm trying to keep you guys entertained here. I don't want to. I did get some feedback on Twitter. I got some questions, and as usual, Scotty827 stepping up to the plate and asking the tough questions. He asked about warring without heroes. Oh, Scotty, you gotta ask the tough questions, don't you, man? to war without heroes or not to war without heroes. You can war without heroes. You can do it. I mean, 100% you can definitely do it, but you have to lower your expectations. Um, the trick is, I mean, you can substitute a P.E.K.K.A for a king, but that means you're costing yourself 25 spaces. Okay? So you are automatically down 25 spaces or your hero. I mean, if you can juggle your attack, I think. Wait, what? What the? Assumed you meant 3-star. Yes, you can You can still 3-star. Um, you can still 3-star without. You just, like I said, you have to lower your expectations. If you're used to hitting maxed out Town Hall 9s with your heroes, then maybe you need to look to the mid to low end of the Town Hall 9s and let one of those lower or the other guys step up a little bit with that does have their heroes. Um, if you're down your queen, you can substitute 2 witches, um, as long as the base isn't super compact. Yes, witches don't shoot over walls, but if you've got a substitute, gems, baby. Yes, Halligan. Not everybody has the deep pockets like you, buddy. Not all of us make the gem money like you do. Not all of us have a successful podcast. Well, if your expectations are low, Jesse James, then if your expectations are low, then nothing but positive things. Then, man, you'll only surprise yourself. Big Tuna, hey, welcome to the show, man. Uh, you guys need a podcast so I can shout you out. That's all I got to say, man. Yes, I'm not a big Valk guy. I'm not a big ground guy. So that's why I struggle when my queen is down. Um, but if you've got a great clan, they will understand that you've got a hero down, and they'll adjust. They'll make room for you a little lower. 2-star specialist. Hey man, there's got to be some 2-star specialists out there, man. If there wasn't, then I'm not even going to touch that one. If there wasn't 2-star specialists out there, then these elitists wouldn't feel like they got anybody to kick. I want to do one with Pip. You know what? I haven't talked to Pip either, so, hey, great to meet you, Tuna, man. So, Big Tuna. But yeah, so you can war without heroes. It's just you've got to lower your expectations on what you can hit, and let your clan know, because, like I said, Kent Farmhouse, you know, any of these clans, I'm sure they're gonna. I'm not going there, RJ. I'm not going there. I think he's heard enough grief, so I am not even going there, man. The guy's gotten quite enough grief over the whole thing. But yeah, you can definitely war without heroes. And the other question I got on Twitter was from, hold on, I'm looking it up here. I'm squirreling it like RJ. Dayman. He asked about is it a 3-star strategy to attack a Town Hall 10 with 1 golem for 4 lava hounds versus a base without. He said no Inferno towers, but the one he referenced in our war in LexCorp actually had Inferno towers. So yes, it's a completely legitimate attack to use quad lava dogs versus a 10. Now with Inferno Towers, I'm a 9.5. I am learning to deal with Inferno Towers. Boy, oh boy, you're kicking a hornet's nest there, RJ. There's too many of them LexCorp guys around here, man. Yeah, I mean, if you're not killing an Inferno Tower, Dayman, if you don't have to kill a, if you were looking at that same base without the Inferno Towers, absolutely, I would say quad lava dogs, no problem. As far as that one actually had single Inferno Towers. I would probably go a few more loons. You didn't get the 3. Oh, did you get the 2? 2 versus a 10 is not anything to cry about, man. $78-1. Oh, that's tough, man. Tactical Preacher, shout out your clan, man. I don't recognize all these people. Dayman, I recognize you're with LexCorp because it's right in your name. Gray, I know you're from LexCorp. Oh, yep, you got it. I mean, even Rig. You gotta love Rig. I mean, he goes out there. I mean, I wouldn't have done a Catfisher, but hey, that's what makes him awesome. He's willing to take those odd ones. Yeah, that's the thing, man. You do that Lava Hound stuff, and you're either 3 or you're a 1. It doesn't seem like it's there's any middle ground on those. Well, welcome to the stream, man. Great to meet you, Moose. Yeah, I hear you're horrible about screenshots, RJ. But yeah, so the thing is, just look at how we're conversating here, man. I mean, just talking about all kinds of stuff that's going on in Clash. Talking about people, talking about this is what I love about the community. Oh, no, no, no. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys. See, I don't have show notes now. I'm going off of what you guys are talking about, RJ. So, if I squirrel, it's because I'm trying to, you know, keep some content flowing and then follow you. Hey, thanks, RJ. What are you hoping to catch, Moose? Catfish. Oh man, he went there. He went there. Wow. All right, guys. Waves, whitewater canoe. Oh, that sounds like fun. You gonna be driving a pickle like Boneyard, or you if you got a real canoe? Um, you know what? I actually like the queen. I like the way she walks around. I think if you funnel, as Clashers likes to say, funnel cunt for deep enough, she will go right where you want her. Um, I really hope they leave the queen alone. If they want to tweak anything, tweak the wall breakers. Them crazy little bastards run all over. Oh, definitely we'll be checking out the Fitz chat after the show. Want to see that, Moose? Yeah, I mean, if them little, they want to fix anything, let them fix them stupid little wall breakers. I don't know how many wars I've gotten screwed over by a wall breaker deciding that he wants to run halfway around the block before he blows up a wall. Damon, if you've got heroes down, and you've got enough to get them back up or get them back down, I would just wait until after war. If you wait as late as you can, if you wait as late as you can for your heroes, and then wake them up, if you're gemming, um, then wake them up. Wait as long as you can before you got a war. Hey Tom, what's up, man? And that'll save you some gems, and then put them back right down after war. Even if you got to sit out a war, put them down, and sit out a war just so you can save a little gem money. Not all of us get a sponsor like RJ there does. Not much gemmer only. Yeah, and that's a good policy. If you're not, I mean, I'm on a big time gem diet right now. I'm down to my last, I think, 300 gems, and I'm trying to make them last. Uh, it's just, I guess it's how you want to play the game. I guess if you feel you you can't wake your heroes up, and sit one out, you know, but or attack down. If you're gonna attack down, let your clan know. Say, hey, I got a king down. Do you want me in this one? See what they say. You know, I'm sure Taco or Ill would say, hey, if you got to sit it down. Sleeball, sponsored by MasterCard. Quake. I definitely think they're going to nerf it. There is no way that you should be able to bust up level, max level blue zap walls with level 1 Quake. Okay, man. RJ, have a great one. Good luck in your war, man. I hope we can catch up, and maybe we can do a crossover show. Later, RJ. But yeah, Damon, just if I'm sure Ill or Taco or even Annie Joe would not care if you sat out a war just because your heroes are down. And if you're coming up with that much DE that you can put them down one right after the other, I would say put them both down at the same time. It's kind of like Scotty was talking about, and it's something I did while I was on a walkabout. When I was with Reddit Lithium, I went on a walkabout and put my heroes down both at the same time. And instead of it being a week without, my king or my queen, I was a week without both. But because I wasn't warring, it it, it turned 2 weeks of downtime into 1 week of downtime. So if you're not going to gem, I would sit out, or just I guess just be ready to sit out. Um, but back to the Quake question. Yeah, there's no way a level 1 Quake spell, your your basics Quake spell should do that. I mean, that's just crazy. Not max walls. Maybe, purple walls or pink walls. 4 Quake spells will take them out. Level 2. Alright, maybe up to, Legos. But until it's maxed, I don't think it should take out. I don't think it should take out max walls. Because otherwise, I've got a shit ton of lavas and zap walls that are completely worthless now because of the Quake spell. Alright, so unless somebody's got something else they want to talk about, want to shout out their clans or anything like that in the chat, if you guys want to shout out your clans, shout it out, because this is last call, guys. Yeah, I'm sure that they wouldn't care if you stopped over Dayman. Well, if he wants to go to L, there's L 2.0 right now is open. And I'm sure there's room in Steal the Glory. A global walkabout. Oh no. Is that you researching content there, Halligan? Doing a global walkabout? Hey, thanks for the Jesse James. We'll definitely make sure that I try to keep the content rolling. And like I said, you guys are what make it this great, because talking to you guys and talking about Clash is what makes it so. Holy crap! Steal the Glory's filling fast, too. Oh man. But yeah, you guys are what make the content, worth the story worth telling, I guess. The fact that you guys are willing to stop in here, you guys are willing to chat with me, you know, that's what makes it all worthwhile. All right, good night, Just James. I should have figured Phantom would make it in here. Can't keep that guy out. Alright, guys, unless you got something else, I'm going to wrap it up here. Because my beer is empty and my bladder is full, so that means it's quitting time. So, thank you all for stopping in. I will definitely be trying to come up with my next show, and I've got a couple ideas kicking around. So if you guys got anything you would want me to talk about, feel free to follow me on Twitter, or I've actually opened a Bindle chat room. It's hashtag Clash After Dark. And feel free to stop over and screen bigger. Okay, definitely a good idea. I'll definitely keep that in mind, Tom. Sweet Halligan, thanks for the shout out, man. Like I said, I really appreciate you, you know, being there and letting me bounce ideas off you. So, thank you very much, man. Okay, people, so that's the show for tonight, and I will be posting the replay on YouTube. I will throw that on the link on that on my Twitter. So I will see you all next time. Keep it clashy, people.